What's going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty, the Lego guy here, and today we're taking a look at a Lego Star Wars classic, specifically from the Clone Wars. It's the ATTE Walker. That's set 7675. It had 798 pieces, 6 minifigs, retailed for 90 USD, and it came out in 2008. Now nowadays, this is going for 408 new or 234 used. It's appreciated a ton. There are reasons for that. Some people feel that this is the best ATTE ever made. This is definitely the largest, but we're gonna take a look at its positives and its negatives. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And the first build that we'll take a look at is the one smaller one that's included, which is the Droid Speeder or STAP. Decent looking. It's not world changing or anything, just because this is identical or nearly identical to any of the previous STAPs that have been made in the last number of years, but still pretty nice little vehicle, and I think it's nice that they included it. Gives the ATTE something to shoot. Let's now take a look at the meat of the set. And to kick off the ATTE, we'll begin by giving you guys a 360 view. This is by far the largest they've ever made. In case you're wondering, ATTE stands for All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer, and this is about half a meter in length, I'd say, or nearly 2 feet in length, give or take, and about 8 to 9 inches tall. It is a behemoth. I'm not sure if I'd throw this in a mock, just because you have to make the mock that much bigger to fit this walker, which is crazy, but to own it as a collector, have this set on display, it doesn't get much better than this. Let's now break it down area by area. And the first area we'll take a look at is going to be the cockpit. Now, if you want to access the pilot, you can just lower the window like so and pull him out, put him back in. There is a little bit more space behind him, but not quite enough to fit another minifigure. They could have had some control panels or whatnot in there, but not the end of the world. The other thing too is these windows actually have stickers on the sides, which is interesting. And one of my favorite features about this set, which we'll show off right now, is if you raise these little turrets, it shoots off. Oh, well, this one. Okay, it took a little bit to get the other one going, but it shoots off these rubber rockets. These are my favorite flick fire missiles, whatever you want to call them, by far. And that just works really, really well. You saw this one was a little faulty, but generally 9 times out of 10, it will shoot them off. These turrets also rotate. And moving to the side of the ATTE, they have this massive gun on the very top, and you can actually rotate it. Goes all the way around, 360. And there's also a carrying handle, so to move this thing around is really easy. Appreciated that a lot, because the last one didn't have it, and sometimes a little bit awkward to kind of carry. Show you guys the underbelly of the ATTE as things fly out. Nothing too crazy. There is a lot of gaps though, unfortunately. Not a big fan of that. And what's interesting is that they have these elastics, and it's not really a feature, but if you push it in, it will push out. So it just makes it very easy to kind of like drop. And I like the fact that they also have printing on the sides here. These are not stickers. However, the stickers are printing on the top right here and here. These are stickers, unfortunately, along with on the sides right here. Definitely would have preferred that it was printing, but I mean, I'd rather have the detail than no detail, so stickers are fine in that regard, I guess. Moving to the rear of the ATTE, you'll notice they have some more turrets, and this is probably the largest gaping hole that makes this thing up. That is massive. The 2013 actually improves on that, but still, it's one of the minor flaws with this set. Let's now show you guys the interior of the ATTE, and how you do that is very simple. It's just these flaps, which you can open up, and it reveals the back of the ATTE. There's a blaster rack right there, along with some seats. And you can pull it out. One thing that I wish they would have included was more clones. That was sort of a theme with the original Clone Wars sets. Never had enough clones. This has one standard clone along with Rex. Not nearly enough. That's probably the other negative with this set. Not a big deal though. There is a lot of positives as you guys are seeing. And then we'll show off the front. And they have this little generator, a couple more seats along with Rex right there. And you can pull that out as well. At least the generator you can pull out. If you wanted, you could store items in there, maybe Rex's blasters. Love the interior space of this set. It's very, very large. You could very easily seat 6 clones along with the pilot and the main gunner, so 8 clones, no problem. This is definitely one of my favorite ATTEs. Let's now take a look at the minifigures. Here we have the first 3. We have a B-1 battle droid, Captain Rex, along with a standard clone trooper. Give you guys a 360 view of him. Love the Rex. He's probably my main or my favorite minifigure out of this set. Clone trooper is nice. Just again, I wish we had more of them. And the B-1 battle droid is the same one that we had since 1999. Not a whole lot of changes with this minifigure. But still, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Removing their helmets though, an interesting fact you may not know about this Rex is he has a different face printing than the standard clone. You'll notice he has a little bit of growth going on, and then we'll remove the clones to reveal the standard clone face. This face got very, very old over the years. We had it for, I believe, 6 years, or 6 or 5 years, 2008 to 2013, 2012. Maybe it was only 4 or 5 years, but they were just in so many different sets. Removing some of Rex's armor, I'll give you guys a little bit better view of his torso. Nothing too crazy. It's almost identical to the normal Clone Trooper's armor. In fact, it actually is. The only difference is the blue, as Rex is one of the 501st Troopers. Let's now take a look at the final 3. And that is Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and Rota. Anakin has to be one of the creepiest looking minifigures done in Clone Wars style. Let's just take a look at that face a little bit closer. Very creepy. For a guy that's actually good looking, they really messed up on his face, but they're trying to make it look Clone Wars-esque. Ahsoka, however, is pretty good, I'd say. Definitely much better than Anakin. And Rota, which is quite an expensive minifigure, is very strange. It's supposed to be Jabba the Hutt's son. And it's a decent mold. Not my favorite, but again, they had to include him because Clone Wars, the first, or the movie I should say, is all about getting Rota. And yeah, anyways, they included him in this set. Overall, decent array of minifigures, just some odd looking ones like Anakin. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that's my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. This is a perfect Clone Wars set in my opinion. Yes, it's not perfect. There are some gaping holes like we mentioned. I feel that the 2013 is the most refined ATTE. However, this is the largest, the biggest. It has some awesome features. It has those big, massive spring-loaded shooters with the rubber on the front. And you get some awesome minifigures with this one. Phase 1 Rex, which is great. Very rare, or relatively rare, very expensive minifigure. Really do like this ATTE as much as it does have its flaws. I feel that it's definitely worth buying if you can get a good deal on it. I would not pay 234 USD for it, but if you can get a decent price on it, I'd say go ahead and buy it. But let me know what your thoughts are on this one. If you like it, if you don't, any areas you think they could maybe improve on it. Always interested to hear your guys' thoughts. But that pretty well does the review. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future LEGO Star Wars reviews, comparisons. We do one of them every single Tuesday, and they're a lot of fun. I really like taking a look at the original Clone Wars wave that came out in 2008. But that pretty well does the review again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.